Thank you so much for tuning in and clicking on this video. It's the latest on trend with your girl, Biami.
Let's talk about this topic. And I feel like I just need to give out a disclaimer, okay? Because it seems like when you talk about certain topics, very controversial topics, it's either you side with one party or you're cancelled. Like, if your opinion doesn't fit in this box, it doesn't fit within the same mindset as one particular group, then you can get cancelled. And I think that that's something that needs to change, honestly speaking, because honestly, if we're going to have healthy conversation, if we're going to establish some level of equality and inclusion, then we need to be open to have these conversations. I think if conversations are made respectfully and everybody's opinion is regarded in one way or the other, then I think that's fair. You don't have to accept my opinion. You don't have to subject yourself to my opinion. My opinion is my opinion. Now, I just had to do that little disclaimer. So let's quickly talk about Macy Gray, because she's currently trending and she has been receiving a lot of backlash for the interview that she did with Piers Morgan on his Uncensored show. And I think what makes it worse is that she performed at the Mighty Hoopla Festival, and obviously a month after that, she comes on and she makes a statement which some people may feel like, oh, well, you were on our platform singing with us, enjoying with us, and then now suddenly you come and make a statement that a lot of people remark it as highly contentious. So you can imagine why she would be getting that backlash. Now, just to give you guys a little bit of a background, she appeared on the Piers Morgan Uncensored show and she made a remark regarding transgender women. Piers had asked her a question and she responded, and she was just like, look, I'm nobody's gonna like me for this, okay? I will say this, and everyone's gonna hate me, but as a woman, just because you go change your body parts doesn't make you a woman. Sorry, that's what she said. Of course, we know the history of J.K. Rowling, or the backlash that she received, people trying to cancel her, so forth and so on. She has been receiving support from J.K. Rowling. Again, like I said, because she was on this Mighty Hoopla Festival, if you don't know what that is, it's like a pop extravaganza. It's full of games. It's about embracing queer culture. I don't know, am I allowed to say that word? Please correct me if I'm wrong. Like, I don't know if that word is insensitive or not, but it's all about embracing the queer culture, the LGBTQ culture, all about inclusivity. It celebrates all things queer and fabulous, based on what I read. And it happens at a park every summer, and she had performed in this, showing her support to the queer community. Obviously, if you're going to be part of a platform, then that means that you are in support. But then she comes out and then she makes a statement saying, well, I'm sorry, just because you change your body parts, that does not make you a woman. So you guys can see where the controversy is. Now, obviously, a lot of people are saying that no lie told, like she's not, that's the facts, that's true. But as you can imagine, it's kind of like sitting down with somebody thinking that they're your friend, and then the minute that they leave your presence, they kind of say things that are hurtful and insensitive to you. So I can imagine, and I can definitely respect why the community would feel some type of way about her statement. Now, for that case, I would definitely be like, yeah, like that's a bit weird. But in general, I just kind of feel like I said in the beginning, I think that we should be able to have conversations. If that's not the reason for the backlash, if the reason for the backlash is her saying something which to her is kind of factual based on our DNA and everything like that, if what she's saying is based on her facts and her knowledge and being a woman, like what it is, it's like there's no black and white, then she shouldn't be getting dragged, and she shouldn't be getting cancelled, and she shouldn't be getting backlash at the end of the day. Now, if we are to have that kind of conversation, then we need to be able to have a conversation where people are not going to be like making an R and crying about somebody not being able to fit into your ideology of your personal journey and what you are trying to indoctrinate that person with. Like, just because that person is not receiving that does not mean that they hate you, they're transphobic, they're this. Because I think these are very strong words to accuse somebody to be transphobic just because they don't agree with your way of living. It's like, I may not agree with somebody who is living a lifestyle being an alcoholic. Like, as a religious person, for example, if I don't drink and I don't agree with your lifestyle, like, you can't condemn me for it. I just don't agree with your lifestyle. Like, we're never going to agree. I love you as a person. Like, I think you're amazing, but I don't agree with your lifestyle. And it might be a poor example, please forgive me, but what I'm saying is that we have to be able to respect where everybody stands. And if we can have an open discussion, like, I'm still waiting for the day where somebody's gonna sit with me and be able to have an open conversation respectfully without feeling like you're attacking me, you're transphobic because you don't agree with it. I want to understand, like, I want to be able to sit down with you and be like, okay, well, this is me, this is personally what I believe. And anyways, why are you trying to convince me to accept you? Why are you trying to victimize yourself to make me look like the abuser, or I'm abusing your identity? That is very much victim mentality, and that is a massive problem when it comes to this type of conversation. It's either you're a perpetrator, it's either you are an abuser, it's either you are insensitive, you are this and you are that, and you are being tagged, you're being scrutinized for having an opinion, even if you have it in the most respectful way. Because I don't agree with who you quote unquote say you are. Like, if you say that you were born like this, then why are you trying to convince me something? And if I as a woman feel like, well, my experience being a woman is different to your experience, and based on my biological genes and DNA and mechanisms and structure and the way that I have been built is different to yours, then that's my experience. This is me as a woman. Okay, I've lived as a woman from the day that I was born, so that is my experience. If I feel like as a woman and you as a trans woman, I just cannot relate to you, then that's my experience. That's your experience. You live your experience. But don't tell me like now I have to be, that has been taken away from me. Like I can't say certain things. I can't address myself a certain way because that does not make you feel inclusive. Anyways, like I said, okay, like I'm open to having this type of conversation, but what I'm not open to do, because this is not the first time that I've spoken about something similar like this, what I am not open to do is have a conversation with somebody who, because I object or because I contradict or because I do not stand on the same side of you, now I am transphobic, now I'm being hateful or insensitive or whatever term. You are making it as if what I am saying or where I'm standing or the way that I am approaching my expression is pejorative or whatever it is that you may feel, then we can't have a conversation. Like, there's never really going to be true inclusion because it's only going to be forced. Like, we're going to be forced to be a certain way, or the only way for you to ever feel inclusive is by silencing people's voices. No, that's not true inclusion. That's not true progress. By shutting one voice in order for your voice to overshadow or for your voice to be the only voice to be heard, that is not true progress, and there is never going to be true progress if conversations are handled that way. But guys, let me know what your thoughts are on Macy Gray. Do you think she was in the wrong? Like, do you think, like I said, I think because she performed on a platform where it celebrates the extravagance of queerness and LGBTQ and being gay and being inclusive and just celebrating that community, how can you be on that same platform, sis, and then a month later you want to come out so boldly and be like, well, I'm sorry, like, just because you change your body parts, I don't make you no woman, but you was on the same stage celebrating them. Like, come on, sis, pick pick your side and stay there, okay? Like, that is stabbing somebody in the back. That's like, imagine, yeah, she was at that event, or imagine being at that event and then you make a friend, okay, who's a transgender woman, and then she's now thinking, oh, you coincide, like, you know, oh my gosh, you in support, she opens up to you, and then she hears you say something like that. Like, how hurtful is that going to be to that person? Like, that's how we just have to apply wisdom, and you just have to be real with where you stand and be true to yourself. Like, don't be, is it for money, is it for gig, is it for what? Like, that's where I think she was definitely wrong. And if that's where the backlash is coming from, then hey, take the heat is what I'm saying. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. I'll speak to you guys in my next video.